Hey everyone, what is going on? Matt the Sasquatch here, and we're going to do something a little different today. So, I have worn now these brand new Yeezys for a whole day, and I gotta say, the choice to keep these was one of these smarter choices that I have made regarding the sneaker culture and whatnot, or collecting, if you want to say, because man, are these things comfy. These are just a very just comfy sneaker, and after just having them for now a full 3 days, I really appreciate them a lot more, and I really just enjoy them now. So this is going to be a different type of a review style for me, and just kind of something different for the whole Snupps community and for the whole YouTube community. But this is also going to be a pilot run for this style, for a potential new a segment on this here channel. So I just want to do a better first run than with the Yeezy 350 version 2s in the cream white. Now you're going to see as well the white NMDs right beside them. So we're going to do a comparison sort of thing, and we're just going to kind of get maybe what we guys should look for, or maybe which ones to buy if you're looking at both of these models. Compare them and just kind of take a look at both of them. As well, you all know the Yeezys retailed for $220, and that's the price I got them at. But they resale for hovering, the market's going around $500 right now. The triple whites, the NMDs, are still in stores on shelves for $130. Right? Is that the current price? Yes, $129.99. So essentially $130. I don't have an Ultra Boost triple white. If I did, these would be here as well, and now I'd be doing the full spectrum triple white comparison. But first, let's just take the NMDs and put them aside and just look at the Yeezys. So, a lot of people say that these are a pure white, and I could see why. But looking at and I'll just bring them back for a moment, but looking at the triple white NMDs, which are named triple white, I would say the Yeezys are a bit more of an off-white. They're not a pure white like what the NMDs are. And I have seen the Ultra Boosts in person. I did not buy them, but those are definitely a more pure white as well. The Yeezys here, are kind of just a slightly off-white, I would say. Now, the liner here is a pure white, but the prime knit here. Let's just go back to the Yeezys. Well, the insole is definitely a pure white. We just want to pull that out real fast. It's a little bit dirty, but whatever. But that is definitely a pure white. Yes, I do wear my shoes. I don't care. Cry me a river. The prime knit is almost pure white. I would say personally, it's just slightly an off-white, just ever so slightly. And then definitely the midsole, the pull tab, the laces here are definitely more of a creamish than. And then excuse the dirtiness of these. I have worn these one day, but definitely the outsole is definitely that more just nice cream. You could almost say, no, it's not quite an ice cream. I could say the midsole here is almost like an ice cream, a color, almost. Not quite. Like if it was not translucent, it could be kind of like that homemade hard pack. That's just what I see. You might think differently, but that's fine. But I do love these, and I wish I had a black light here, but I don't. But if you put these under a black light and just YouTube it or Google it, and you can definitely find it. It does show the whole Yeezy zebra striping under black light, which is actually kind of cool. I do like that, but just looking at them here, you really can't tell. Yeah, it's very hard to tell. I personally can't tell, but that's just a cool thing that I don't know if Adidas did on purpose or not. It's just something a little bit different and just kind of cool. The lacing here is, well, here on the toe box, going up to the tongue, and then here on the back pull tab is definitely pure white. And I think that just it kind of makes the slightly off-white prime knit just pop more. That's my own personal thought, which is why I kind of prefer that everything's just not a pure white, but most of it's like a slightly off-white, just because then it kind of makes everything else pop more. It definitely makes the cream pop more, and then the pure white hits that you see here and on the inside. It just pops more. I like that, but it doesn't pop in a crazy way, like maybe if I'm looking at my shoe rack, my chicken and waffles, or maybe my duck camos that I have. It just looks nice, and this is a colorway that I think can really go with just anything. And speaking on that, I have seen that a lot of people don't like this because it is an all-white shoe, and you're spending, if you got them at retail, $220 plus tax, or if you're on the resale market, $500, you're then paying that much money for an all-white shoe that could possibly get dirty. Now, soles, they will just that will just happen, but you can always clean them and you will be fine. The uppers, though, you could buy Crep Protect if you're really that paranoid about it. And I'm just going to bring this back up real fast here, just to see if there's anything else in here. Okay, I'll get back to that in one a moment here. But if you're really that paranoid, just go buy some Crep, or don't wear these the day of a rainstorm or the day after a rainstorm. I don't know why rain was so hard to say. Wait until you know it is going to be dry outside for the whole day, and then bring them out, and you'll be fine. Basically, you have to wear these smartly. Like, I'm definitely not going to take these out where there might be gravel parking lots or dirt paths. That should just be common sense. So if you know where you are going, plan accordingly how you wear your shoes. Now, you could also buy the sole protectors, which I need to buy one for a different pair of shoes. But if you take care of them, I don't really see a need to be buying stuff like that. Just wear your kicks. Now, the actual features that Adidas.com says. The Yeezy Boost 350 V2 features an all-white prime knit upper, yes, distinct center stitching, which is this right here and on the heel, and heel tab. I just want to pause there for a moment. A lot of people, for some reason, don't like that heel tab. I'm just going to fix that tape there real quick. A lot of people, for some reason, do not like this heel tab. I like it. It reminds me so much of the V1s, and I really loved and still love the V1s. So I really like that heel tab. Continue on. A semi-translucent rubber outsole and TPU sidewalls create a striking effect while providing superior traction, while the Yeezy Boost 350 V2 midsole utilizes Adidas's innovative Boost technology to create a durable, shock-resistant, responsive sole. I didn't know that this Boost is actually shock resistant. That's interesting to me. I'm very curious to see if someone tests that and if that's actually true. Now, TPU, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I'm going to assume, and I hate doing it. It is one of my pet peeves. But I'm going to assume that TPU, just from the feel of this, is some form of a rubber. If someone knows exactly what it is, let me know. Or actually, let's just Google it right now. TPU material. Oh, thermoplastic polyurethane. TPU is any of a class of polyurethane plastics with many properties, including elasticity, transparency. So that's where the transparency comes from, and resistance to oil, grease, and abrasion. Technically, they are thermoplastic elastomers consisting of linear segmented block copolymers composed of hard and soft segments. If you want to read more on TPU, I will link this right down below. So I was actually wrong. It is more of a, I guess you could then say, a kind of like a rubberized plastic almost, which it seems cheap. It sounds cheap, but it's actually very solid, and it does have some movement there. So that's interesting that they went with TPU, and then of course the outsole is the rubber. Now taking a look back at the NMDs, this should be that continental rubber. Let me bring this back up, see if it says anything. No, it does not say, but I'm pretty sure. You know what? I definitely know it is on the XR ones, but I'm pretty sure this is a continental rubber. Okay, that tape's really starting to annoy me. That's up there. No editing for this, just because I can. But anyways, so I do agree with them that when you walk in these they do have very good traction, and there is a very I would almost call it a soft bounce response, which in a way almost helps you walk, but it really doesn't. Like, it's almost like a guide, I could say, but that's but everyone walks differently. But from a materials standpoint, this is I would say this would be worth the price, because you're not getting cheap materials, you're getting good things, and people will say still, but these are probably made for cheap in Chinese sweatshops, blah blah blah. They could be, they could not be, but for what you are getting here, compared to the market, 220 is not that far of a long shot. And I should mention as well, you do get some very nice padding in the heel area, and there is some suede as well underneath the tongue part. I should mention that as well. Now, the one more thing I want to say on these, okay, I'm just gonna cut this little tape piece off because it's just it's annoying me at this point. Okay, so a lot of people are saying that this specific pair of the V2s fit a little bit more tightly than your previous V2s. This is my first V2 that I have tried on, and am I true size in Adidas is 9.5. I got a 9.5, and they do fit snugly, but they're not constricting my foot here. They're just not, and it kind of gives me a more locked down feel, I think. No, I don't think that is what I feel. I get a more lockdown feel, which then they don't go sliding back and forth. But if they are more if they are more tight on you, just take out the insoles and just rest your foot on basically the boost, and you'll be fine. I did try that for a couple of minutes, and it did feel a little bit nicer, and more tape now starting to come off of this. What is going on? Can this just like not fall off, please? Like, please? And thank you. So, comfort wise, I love these. They are extremely comfy, and everyone knows that Boost is probably the comfiest thing that you can buy right now on market. Okay. Now, real quickly, let's just take a look at the triple white NMDs in this mesh. So you still get boost, but it is not as soft as the V2 boost. It's just not. But that doesn't mean that it feels terrible. It still feels great. And you do get a mesh, not a prime knit, but this mesh is still a very nice. It's very soft, and it just kind of molds to your foot here. I forget if there was technology for why to have these pods, but I actually like the look of the pods. And then with the NMDs, you do walk purely on the boost. I want to say that was a design choice, because I would need to try this out, and if you want me to, I can. But I feel that if you did put an insole in these, then you're really not going to feel that boost. So I think that's why they did not put an insole in these. You can let me know if you know anything else on that. But this is definitely a more pure white. And I know these are extremely dirty, but you do get a very nice rubberized outsole here, and you can still see the boost through the pods, and you've got that pull tab, which I also so like, and you do get some padding being in the heel, but not much, and it's definitely more rigid back here. Like, this is just very hard to move, as on the Yeezys here, it's more soft, it's more malleable. So that was just a very quick, basic overview on the triple white NMDs. So now let's really get into the comparison here. V2s versus the triple whites. And I know this is going to be a very long video, but I'm trying to be I'm trying to give you as much information as I can. So the upper materials between the two, the NMD is definitely more softer, and it just, I mean, you can crush that down to nothing. The triple whites, like, they crush, but it's got a more rigid feel, except for when you go to the back heel, as on the V2s, the whole upper is prime knit. On these, it's not all that same meshy material. So take that into consideration. Let's now talk about lockdown. This has a more heel lockdown, but the V2s have a more overall lockdown that I prefer more, because the prime knit's a little bit more rigid. You get more lockdown throughout the whole shoe as compared to this. I mean, that'll just bend as far back as it can go. But this, that will not really lock you down. The 3 stripes here are apparently supposed to help on lockdown, and it kind of does. But I just feel that you get more lockdown overall with the V2s. Now let's go to the outsole here. So on your NMD, if this is the Continental rubber, which I know for sure the XR1s have, actually I can bring up the XR1s right now. I'm going to see if it said. It doesn't say, but I know for sure the XR1s. So sorry about that text there. But I know for sure the XR1s have that Continental rubber. This might be it as well. But I know these. But this here is, it might be, it might not be, but this just, This has more, like, this is like more stiff, I would say, but I feel the Yeezys have the better traction. I don't know why, but I feel the Yeezys have a slightly better traction over the NMDs. And then the one thing that you are all probably waiting to hear: how does the boost feel between the two? For this, let's just take out the insole, put that off to the side. And now you can see in there that, yeah, you could definitely walk on these. There's already a hair in there. There's even some... That's interesting. Okay. I think that's just part of the design for just some support. But anywho, you can just push down on this, push down on this. So my personal thoughts, and I have worn these at the same time. The Yeezy Boost does have a slightly softer, more cloudier feel than the NMDs. But that doesn't mean that the NMD's boost is bad. It's still a very nice boost. But it is but I do agree with that the Yeezy Boost is softer. But is it really worth for if you got these at retail, the $90 markup from these? If you're going for just pure comfort, and you can get either one of these at retail. For, you know what, I'm going to say for pure comfort and looks, in my opinion, going up the $90, definitely worth it. But there's always a but. If you have to pay resale on these and retail for these, save yourself the $370 and just buy these, because NMDs, they are still a very great looking shoe. They are still awesome. They still have boost, and they look amazing. And they're only still $130, and they come in so many different colors. So we've got red, we've got black and gray here. We've got white with black pods. I mean, there's olive, black, tan, and black, navy, the triple whites. There's the reds. There's kind of like a glitch one. There's the white and black, the black on black with a tan heel tab, a gray, a full black, which I don't think these are even in stock anymore. The triple black NMD R1s are still available with that black boost. So it really depends on what you're willing to spend here. Because if you can get these at retail, no brainer, buy Yeezys. If you have to pay resale or these for retail, consider then the NMDs. Now, Pure Boost, I don't have here. The NMDs, the R2 Prime Knits, I don't have here. The Ultra Boost, I don't have here. The Pure Boost, if I didn't say that already, I don't have here. one of my friends might be buying a Pure Boost or Ultra Boost within the next 2 weeks. And I will ask them, can I borrow them for a re-comparison? Because then that could change things. But between the NMD and the Yeezy V2s, if you can get V2s for retail, no brainer. If you're going to pay resale, unless if you absolutely have to have the Yeezys, the triple white, or just your basic R1 NMD is not a terrible option too at like 129 or one. No, actually, some of these are 120 and some of them go up to 140, like the all blacks. So I know this was super long, but I really wanted to cover as much as I could. I really wanted to talk about these, and I really just wanted to give an honest comparison and kind of an honest review of the Yeezy V2 cream whites. So if you like this, let me know, hit like, and let me know your comments on these, because I'm really curious as to what your guys' thoughts are on this here comparison. So I thank you all for watching.